really need a good intro to my channel. Everyone has something and I'm just like, hey. Well, hello. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Julia, and today I want to talk about something that most people might not actually relate to. So I don't know why I'm talking about it, but today's topic is the strugglies of being a writer. Spelling is one of them. I know most of you have definitely written essays for school, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like writing, like wanting to write a story, a book, fictional. And I am definitely a writer. I have been wanting to publish a book since I was like 6, and I've been writing and writing and writing. I literally have a stack of notebooks right over there, probably 30 notebooks full of just stories. And I finally did publish a book about a year ago called Sisters. You can buy it on Amazon or Barnes & Noble. The link will be in the description below. And I'm currently writing another book that I'm really excited about, and there's just so many struggles when it comes to being a writer. It is not easy at all. So in no particular order, here are the hardest things about being a writer. I'm gonna say part 1 because there's like a million more, but this will do. Number 1, killing characters. This is something, it's really hard to describe when you're not a writer and you don't understand, but there's just a certain joy that it brings an author to kill off a character. I don't know, it's just something that like you plan out within the first chapter of writing a book. You know exactly who's gonna die and how. I don't know why. I don't know, it's just, there's just something so amazing about killing off a favorite character, and like watching the people suffer is something I crave. That's scary, that's not normal, something's wrong with that, something's wrong with me. But it's not just me, that's just how writers are. You just like crave that, people reading that their favorite character is dead, and it's just like, yes. I don't know how else to describe it, it's just so good. Number 2, it kind of contradicts with number 1. I don't know how to make this short, but knowing that you need to make your character suffer but not having the heart to. So this has to do with, you're not killing them, you're just putting them through a hard time to build up their character. And you need that in a story. They need to have some suffering. In every story you've read, the main characters suffer a ton. And so you know you need them to go through something bad, and you need them to suffer, and you probably know exactly what it's gonna be. It's just so hard to write it because you don't want to watch them suffer because they're your babies. That's currently where I am right now in writing my story. I need this main character to go through something. I will not name what because I don't want to spoil it, and I just can't write it because I'm just like, it's too painful and I want everything to be okay, and like I can make everything okay, but then it's not going to be a good story, so it's just Number 3 is that desire, that just need for someone to read what you've just written. When you've just finished a chapter and you're like, ooh, that was good, you want someone to read it, but you know that's not going to happen until you have the final draft and you publish the book, and then people will read it. While you're writing it, no one's going to read it. No one's just going to read that one specific chapter because it doesn't make sense with the rest of that book, but you just want them to so bad. You just like, oh, there's just something about writing and knowing it was good and just that tingle of, ooh, I want someone to read this, I want to see their reactions, but it's not a thing. And it's rough to realize that that's not going to happen. People might read the first chapter or 2, but when chapter 26 is like your best chapter ever, good luck with that. Number 5, coming up with ideas faster than you can type. It is literally the worst thing ever when you're typing, you're like, ooh, 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 because you just can't. You have to finish what you're saying. You can't move on to the next thing yet, and you just want to say it, but you can't, and then new ideas just keep coming. They don't stop. That's the thing. You just, idea after idea after idea, and you're like, I can't write it all in a second. I have to type, and you can't type that fast compared to your brain, and it's just, Number 6 kind of comes right off of what I just said, and that is organization. When your ideas come way too fast, you lose all organization. Your plot just goes away because you just have so many ideas and you need to get them out. So first drafts of books are terrible because nothing makes sense. Nothing. Everything is confusing, nothing connects to anything because you just have so many ideas, and the hardest part is making your ideas connect. That's probably one of the hardest parts of writing, is getting your ideas to connect to other ideas and actually complete the story. Number 7 and number 8 are kind of the same, so I'm going to combine them. It's reading a good book or watching a good TV show / movie and wanting to be the person that wrote it. This is a huge issue for me. It's the reason I don't read that much anymore, because when I do read a really good book, I just can't get through it because I just get all these ideas of I wish I was the one writing this and how can I write this, and then I go and start writing and I never end up finishing the book because every time I go back to it I'm like, wow, this is really good, I wish I wrote it. Same thing with movies and TV shows. When I'm watching, I'm like, wow, I want to be the one who came up with that idea. And like when I'm writing, I can just imagine it as a TV show playing out. Like what I'm writing, I can imagine my characters doing the same thing in a TV show, but like that's not realistic. My book's never going to turn into a TV show. But I want it to. So I went through this really fast, but as you can see, there are a lot of struggles of being a writer. Those, like I said, are just a few. There are so many more I can think of right now, but I'm not going to say it all. I'll make a part 2 eventually if you want me to. Appreciate your friends who write because it's really hard. And another thing that really annoys me that I didn't realize until after I published a book, but yeah, once you publish a book, everyone wants to read your book, but no one wants to buy it. And I get that it costs money, but I put a 1.5 years of hard work into a book. You can pay $12 for it. I don't even get the $12. I get like $3 from royalties and stuff. Like, yeah, that's a little reward for me. I hard worked and I should be getting some profit off of it. And I'm sorry if you're my friend, but that's just how it is because I can't just keep doing work and then not getting anything for it. How are you supposed to survive if you never get paid, you know? If I was working 1 year at a movie theater, wink wink, and you came and see a movie, you wouldn't just ask for it for free, you'd pay for it. So please do the same thing with my book. I'm sorry, but I worked hard for that. I deserve the money. Just saying. If anyone of your friends is a writer and they really want you to read their work and you say you're going to, wink wink at all the people that know it's you right now, and you don't read it, it really actually is pretty heartbreaking because this is like your child. Your story is your child and you want people to like it and to read it, and then when they get all excited, yeah I will, and then they just never put the effort into doing it, it's just kind of sad because you put all this work into it and no one is reading it or anything. I don't think I know anyone, okay, I know a few people online, but I don't think I know anyone personally who has actually finished reading my book that I published 1 year ago and gave it to them 1 year ago. I know they've definitely read the first few chapters, but then they just stop after a while, and I'm like, I didn't just stop after a while when I was writing the book, so why do you have to stop after a while if you're reading the book? I mean, the ending of my book is really good and I'm really proud of it, but no one has read it yet, so I don't know what people think, and it's just thing about writing is you're telling a story for other people to hear and other people to read, and if they don't hear it and read it, then what's the point? Wow, I just got really rambly and ranty, but basically what I'm saying is if you know me and you like me, please read my stuff and actually read all of it because the first few chapters are not as good as the last few, trust me. Okay, well, I hope you liked that video now that I'm all fired up. If you would like to, please subscribe to my channel by clicking my face over here somewhere. You can watch my last video right over there somewhere. I did how to use your DSLR, so if any of those interest you, please click there. And I hope you have a great day, and I hope you read someone's book and tell them how great it is. Okay, bye!